Hello, my name is Gwen, and welcome to your practice. So find your comfortable seat, and then close your eyes where you are. And feel your sit bones, and if you can, bring something underneath the feet so the knees are at the same height as your hips or just a little higher. And then if you have a rolled blanket, you can put it right underneath your feet and snuggle it into your arch. And the intention of this practice is support. So find that support where you're seated, where you are. Connect to that internal GPS, that grounding state through the feet, through the bones, the sit bones. Feel the weight of the body coming downward. And that present state, what have you brought into your practice? What have you brought into this time and space? What is the mind like? Is it racy? Is it difficult to stay put? Are you feeling a little sluggish? Anxious? Whatever it is, welcome it in. And then the self, that sanctuary, that spirit. Are you feeling happy, playful? Are you looking forward to the day? And if you're not, you can imagine and set your intention now for a beautiful, support-filled day with all kinds of beauty and laughter, some music and singing, a few smiles your way, some great conversation, or some well-needed rest, whatever you desire here. Form your intention for your practice and for your day so we can get ahead of it. And we're going to start our practice today with the upper triangle from the shoulders to the middle of the brain. We'll move our way down from the shoulders to the hips, and then from the hips to the toes. So let's fill ourselves up with a little well-needed breath here. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And now let's come into the Ujjayi Breath, which translates as victorious. So that might translate as energy, some chi, some prana, that vital life energy, that support through the breath as we gain this oxygen advantage now. So pull that breath in through the nose, feel the breeze at the back of the throat, and exhale through the nose. And if this isn't available for whatever reason, any obstacles in the way, big or small, that agitate the body, just leave it off to the side and breathe any which way that you feel comfortable, knowing that this is your practice. You can revisit it later on and see if there are any subtle shifts. No goal, just noticing. So our awareness can grow. And as you breathe in and out through the nose, feeling that breeze at the back of the throat, notice that calm state of mind as we leave the fight or flight to rejuvenate, restore, and recalibrate now to its new normal. We dive into the parasympathetic of rest and digest, or stay and play if you'd like. So let's stay with the Ujjayi breath, or at times we'll take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, some natural sighs. The only requirement here is to have fun. Do what you can do and leave the rest behind. So go ahead and interlace your fingers. Bring the palms behind the back of the head. Close those beautiful eyes and notice where the elbows are. Take a deep breath in. You can arch the back, send the sit bones back, the elbows back, chin up. And then exhale right there and press the back of the head into the hands. Hands press back. And then relax. Take a deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Let the head come slightly forward. Again, as you inhale, let the elbows come out to any comfortable place. Feel an arcing of the spine, hold, and then press the hands into the head. The head presses back. And then you relax that effort and come back up. Take a deep breath in and out through the nose or the mouth. Again, in through the nose and aha. Let's come one more spot forward. Again, arc as you inhale. Hold and press the hands into the head. Head presses back. This time, let the elbows come down, chin to chest. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, let the hands melt down to the lap. Take the peace fingers onto the forehead, press the head up, and with the eyes closed, sense from the inside out your balance, with the head balancing on top. Imagine 1,000-petaled lotus. Could be purple, mauve, maybe white. Like a crown balancing on top through the palate, all the way up through the crown of the head, the top of the head. Take another breath just like that. And let's come right back into it. Interlace the fingers. Bring the hands behind the head. Take a deep breath, arc. Press the hands into the back of the head. And then relax and soften there. Take another deep breath. Exhale it all out. Come forward with the torso and the head. As you inhale, arc. Press. As you exhale, come back to center. Take another breath at center. Exhale through the nose or the mouth. And then come forward to a new spot. As you breathe in, find that opening of the heart, the armpits, the front of the throat. You press the hands into the head presses back. Stay there. Chin to chest, elbows point down. As you find that next exhale, let the hands melt to the lap. Peace fingers into the forehead with a press. Come all the way back up to your center without looking. Feel. Take a few breaths here. Notice what you notice from shoulder to shoulder, all the way down to the sit bones, up through the palate, through the crown. Let's visit that one more time. Interlace. Bring the hands behind the head. Take a deep inhale. Open up that heart center. Press, press, press. Then relax that effort. Take a breath in the center there. Ha. Then come forward. As you inhale, open up like a butterfly here. As you exhale, come back to center. Another breath in center. And then we'll come forward to a new spot. Take a deep inhale. Open up. Press the hands into the back of the head. Feel that resistance. And then as you relax, let the elbows point down, chin to chest. Take a breath there. As you exhale, let the hands come down to the lap. Peace fingers to the forehead. Press the head up. Find that center. And a ha. Another. Oh, beautiful. From here, let's come into a seated twist. Let's start over with one hand on one knee, one hand by that back hip. Take a deep breath and look back. As you exhale, leave the hands where you are. Bring that back shoulder forward. You'll square the shoulders forward, chin to chest, and round that spine. Then inhale with the eyes closed. Look back, nice and tall. Maybe an arc to the spine. As you exhale, carry that back shoulder forward and chin to chest. A couple more like this. Inhaling nice and tall. Exhale forward and round. And one more. Let the hands come to the knees. Roll the spine nice and tall. And notice what you notice. Before we come over to the other side, let's move the shoulders like a cross, like a Celtic cross here. So here we go. Shoulders come up to this like a shrug. And you can hang the hands if you need a little weight. And let them come down. 2 more times like that, up like a shrug. Squeeze, and then down. Or the hands can be on the lap, or if you're seated in a truck or a car, they can be on the seat. And how about one more? Nice and smooth up and nice and smooth down. And now let the shoulders initiate the movement forward. The arms will roll and then back. You might feel like an arc as they come back, opening up the heart center. Forward, you can hold. Might feel like we're closing off our heart. And then opening it up as the shoulders roll back. And how about one more? Nice and smooth forward and then back. Let's bring that into all directions now. So let's bring it up, forward, back, up, forward, down, and back. And now smooth out those circles. With the eyes closed, notice how the shoulders feel. What does that feel into the shoulder blades? The rib cage? And what's it like to reverse the shoulders, maybe going backward now? Without breaking it up in bits and pieces here. Can you feel any bumpy roads? Any sticky parts? Any places where you jump over like a pothole? And one more just like that. Let the arms rest. And notice how the shoulders feel. We'll come into the other side now with one hand onto that top knee, one hand onto your chair or wherever you are. Take a deep breath, feel that height of the spine, and as you exhale, carry the back shoulder forward, chin to chest and round. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, square off the shoulders to the front, chin to chest and round. Take your time. There's no hurry. You don't have to stay in the same as I'm suggesting, so you don't have to keep up. So let that go. Maybe you do one. Maybe you do two. And how about one more for good luck? A deep inhale, feel the height, and as you exhale, notice that spinal column all the way to the crown rounding. Bring the hands to the lap and roll up through the spine. So reach one arm up, and if you're in a truck, you might hit the ceiling. With the eyes closed, let the head come over to that arm and coil that hand, so you might touch that top ear. And then say yes. Let the chin come forward and back. Noticing what you notice. Feel and sense what you're saying yes to in your life. This beautiful support inside us, pouring out like a reservoir for all those around us to feel nurtured and nourished. Maybe some ease, some harmony. For one more here. Then reach that hand up to the ceiling. Let the head come to its center. Relax that arm down. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And let's come on over to the other side now. Reach the other arm up, up, up. Let the head come on over to it. Let it coil around to touch that top ear. And then say yes, nice and slow. You move like the second hand on a clock. So you don't want to miss any pieces of this. Notice the sensation. Feeling and sensing from the inside out. What does that feel like for you? And what are you saying yes to now? What are you inviting into your life? Balance, to regain that balance within and all around us. That harmony, that ease. And knowing that you are loved and all is well. So how about one more? Then you can reach that arm up, let the head come to center, and relax that arm down. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's come into our hands. Like they're flowers. Press through the palm of your hand so you feel that elastic, like they're made out of elastic bands. Feel that elastic quality. And then relax that effort. From here, bring the thumbs in and wrap the thumbs up. And then knock on the door. Let one hand come downward and one up. Meet in the center and roll the hands and let the arms roll and the shoulders roll. And then go the other way, a little dance of the spine and the shoulders and the joints of the body. Then knock and one up, one down, opposite side. Eyes can close here. Meet in the center. Let the hands come nice and broad and wide. And then flick the fingers. And you can flick like a rainbow all around you. We're in this beautiful bubble. Nice and supported and safe. Secure. Adding just a little bit more magic through our fingers. And then take the hands and like you're drying them off. So you can go to the side, in front, to the other side. And then a little dog paddle. Let the wrists, and if this hurts in any way, big or small, you can control the movement. So there's always options. Let them roll around one way. Let them circle the wrist and then the other way. Relax the knuckles heavy and just feel for a moment from the fingertips, the palms, all the way to the elbows, to the shoulders, the antennae to our circulation, this mindful movement. So let's come into this area from the shoulders to the hips now with a cat and cow. Bring the hands to the knees, and as you inhale, pull the heart through, like the arms are a gateway. Let the heart come through that gate. Send the chin up. Hold in that arc for a breath. And as you find that next exhale, round. Fall back to the back. If you're in the truck, let your back press into the seat. If you're in a chair, feel that press and you pause there for a breath or two. And then we'll marry this with the breath now. As you inhale, arc, and as you exhale, let the spine round. Inhaling nice and full and deep, and then exhale, hollow the belly. How about two more? And then find your center and notice how you feel. So we move the spinal column forward and back. We gave it a nice ringing out. We've let it lengthen from top to bottom. So let's circle it around now. So let's bring it over to one side, then forward, and then over to the other side. Chin to chest, let it come back. From side, forward, over to the other side, and back. And now circle it around like the spinal column is a stir stick. Feel the pelvic bowl as our bowl. Nice large circles one way. Let the head roll like this. How about 2 more this way? Feel the breath as you move like this. And now the other direction. Go slow at first. You can break it up in pieces. Forward, side, back, and side. And then smooth it out. And maybe they're tiny little circles. And again, you never have to feel that you're putting up with to keep up. If that's you, you can visualize this whole thing and stay with us through your imagination, through your visualization skills. That's a tongue twister. So how about one more? Let yourself sit up. Breathe deep and again, inhale all that goodness. Exhale anything that's not supporting us any longer. Let it go. Let's let the spinal column go from side to side now, like a little sway. Bring one hand down by your side and one hand up. You can touch the ceiling where you are. And then go ahead and sway over to that side. And then back to center. Stay like this now, swaying over and allowing the spinal column to come back to center and then over. That top arm can make its way down. So it can visualize it as a paintbrush, painting all the colors of the rainbow, which are all the colors of the chakras, that internal environment, those energy centers that swirl from the bottom to the top. The bottom color being red, coming up with that hand now, the pelvis being that beautiful orange color. Then the belly, the solar area, our powerhouse, that bright, beautiful yellow. The heart center, glistening green, that compassion, that joy. The throat, our truth center, beautiful waves of blue. The center of the brain, mauve, pinks, a few blues, creating an indigo. And the crown can be purple. So go ahead and now let that arm come down, knuckles heavy. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. Again, in through the nose. And let the shoulders become heavier. Anything that we're carrying, let it melt off. That next exhale. Known or unknown, let it go. Let's come on over to the other side. Reach up, reach down through the other arm, and let yourself sway over to that side, eyes closed. Visualize the spinal column anchoring down in the seat. It can rock and roll, allowing the arm like a tree branch to move. And then painting those beautiful colors, let them swirl in front of you and downward, maybe. So wherever you are in your environment, whether you have that freedom in front of you, you can bend the elbow more if there's something there, and just let the hand move from the wrist. But if you can reach it out, please do, and let yourself come back up with that arm that's moving now. Painting those beautiful colors. Connecting all the way up, 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 up with the arm. For one more sway. Let that hand come down and take a deep breath in. Exhale it right out. And again in. And ha. Beautiful. So now we'll come with the hips all the way down to the feet. Take your whatever's underneath your feet away so you can feel the floor. And we're going to come into foot sliders. We'll start with the right foot and let it slide, let the foot slide. So this is a lot about reflexology, where all of our organs are in our hands and reflex back into our organs from our feet, like reflexology. So you'll drag the foot back just about a foot. Leave the heel down and let the toes come up off of the floor. And like you're holding onto a pencil, let the toes curl. Then bring it all the way back. Let it rest. And we'll do that again. Same side, let it come forward about a foot, just a foot ahead of the other foot. The heel stays there, the top of the foot lifts, hold, and then bring it back. As you bring it back, we're going to do one more add-on. Press through the big toe and the second toe down. And then relax it back. Take a deep breath and exhale it all out. Now let's bring that in a little smoother. Let's bring it forward, up, squeeze, down, bring it back, press while all the toes come up, and then relax. 2 more times. Forward, heel stays down while the toes come up. Hold that pencil. Let the toes come down. Drag the foot back. Press through the big toe mound as the toes rise. Relax and take a breath. One more time. Forward, lift, squeeze, down, come back, press while the toes come up, and then relax that effort. So this reflexes back into the back of the head, all the way down to the shoulder blade area in reflexology. So if you're feeling tightness there, and then of course the toes and the ankles and the knees are all receiving here. So let's come on over to the other side now. Let the foot come forward, just a foot length in front of the other. Press through the heel and lift through the toes and squeeze that pencil so you don't drop it. Let the toes come down. Bring it backward and press through that big toe mound. So you'll feel the heel rise. And then relax. Take a breath. Bring it forward. Press through the heel, toes rise. Squeeze those toes like you're holding a pencil. Let the foot come down to the floor if you're visualizing this. Drag the foot back. Press through the toe mound and the heel rises like you're wearing high heels. And then let it come down. And now smooth it out. Forward, lift, squeeze that pencil. Let the foot come down, drag it back, press through the toe mounds, heel rises. And 2 more times. Forward, lift, squeeze, down, back, press while the heel lifts, and down. Take a breath. Last one. Forward, Lift the toes. Squeeze. Down. Drag it back. Press, lift the heel. And then relax that effort. Take a deep breath in. And a ha. Beautiful. Okay. So here we're going to come into a seated pigeon pose. So it might be easy for some people. So interlace your fingers behind your knee. So if it's not easy for you, just cross the ankles and stay with us here. But if you can, lift that leg up all the way to the belly and then take above the ankle and place it on the knee and let yourself rest there. If you can, if you have bare feet, you can take the fingers in between each of your toes here. And this might be a struggle at first. So when I first was taught this, way back when, I thought, that's never going to happen. But now I do this throughout the day many, many times. So feeling that, and then circle the foot. So if the fingers can't come between the toes, circle the foot like this. Let it circle with support. Find that support. It's not easy to thread your fingers between the toes. So have some fun. You have to laugh a lot when you're doing yoga. We fall, and the most important thing is we get up. And then we do it again. So how about the other direction? Feel that power within, just like this. Power through the feet, the ankles. And then relax that effort. From here, we're going to come forward. Just a little bit. So for a lot of bodies, that might be enough. So you can sense that. And then we're going to bring this over into a little bit of a twist. So a prayer twist. So bring by the knee, that hand on that side. Bring that down the edge of the calf. And you can pause anywhere. Maybe you remain there. Or you can bring the hands into prayer hands. Elbows one on top of the other, away from each other. Close the eyes, or you can look at the thumbs. Take a deep breath wherever you are through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And one more breath. Feel the pose, let yourself sink into it. And then unravel. Let the hands come down. Interlace the fingers where the back of the knee lives. Let that foot circle before you place it down. One way. Paddle it like it's in water. And then the other direction. Let the knee move. So you're using your bicep, you're using your shoulders, the elbows can come down, and your core is nice and tight at the front of your spine and the back of your spine. And then circle it the other way. And you can let the knee move like this. And like your hip is a hinge, let it come out and in. Just 2 or 3 times like this. And then place that foot down. Feel and sense from both feet to the knees, from one side to the other, from one foot to the other, from one knee to the other, from hip to hip. And then we'll come on over to the other side by interlacing the fingers behind the other knee. lift it up, feel the weight of that leg, and know that you have an option to cross it a little lower than the knee. You can have a block there, you can have a chair there, anything that you require. And then go ahead and place just above the ankle so the foot isn't looking at you. The bottom of the foot, you can flex it and move it. So there's bone on bone. We're not on a joint. And then thread the fingers in between the toes. And that's a maybe. So some toes, pain is not an option. So let go of struggle, feel supported, and let the hands support the foot as you circle it one way. And then go ahead and circle it the other way. The eyes can close here. As you sink into this movement and pour yourself into it. That internal GPS, noticing how the foot feels, the ankle, and what it feels like in this shape in your body. And how about one more? And then you'll unthread the fingers and pause there. Feel the sit bones anchor down. Get nice and tall. And then let yourself come forward. You might be able to see those bottom toes or just in front. From here, we're going to bring it into a twist. So bring the hand by the knee down, the inner part of that shin. You can pause there. Perfect. That can be your twist. Or you can bring the elbow down, palm into palm, elbows up. If that's okay for your wrists, for some people that's not okay, and you can come into fists or a fist into the palm if the wrists aren't liking this flexion, this squeeze. You can look at the thumbs or close the eyes. And as you sink into this shape, feeling and sensing the whole entire body from inside out, take a few breaths. Noticing what you feel here. And how about one more breath? And we'll allow the body to unravel now. Interlace the fingers underneath the knee. Before you place that foot down, feel what muscles are responsible for this action, holding that leg up. From the shoulders down from the ears, elbows sink down. You can bring the shoulders back and then paddle that foot. Feel the core tighten right from the base. So like you have to go to the bathroom, hold. You can send the navel to the spine. Feel that length all the way up through the palate, through the crown as you circle the foot one way. And then the other way. Noticing what you notice. Let the shoulders sink down more. And then let the knee come back and forth like the hinge it is. And then out and in. Just about 2, 3, or 4 times. Perfect. If you can take your roll or whatever you have beside you and place it on your lap. Bring the palms together. Get a little friction, like we're a little bonfire in our hands. Get those fire hands going. We're going to use that heat now for these Canadian winters. And then cup the hands. Bring the elbows down and bring the hands over the eyes. Rest the weight of the head. Allow yourself to rest in this support. Know that you are loved, cherished, and appreciated for everything that you do. You are so worthy. Let the weight of the world roll off of those beautiful shoulders. Feel that freedom within. And one more breath just like that. Then drag the fingers over the face, taking with it any tension in the facial tissues that might be available. Palms come together. Take a deep breath in. And a light little nod, a little bow, as we pour this beautiful energy out beyond these walls as loving kindness to all. And thank you for your practice. Namaste.